If those hostages aren't back, I don't want to hurt your negotiation. If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East.
Can you elaborate?
And it will not be good for Hamas, and it will not be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell will break out. I don't have to say anymore, but that's what it is.
I hope to God you vile, anti-American, hypocrite, coordinated, minion, brain-dead Democrats, a.k.a., are taking notes. This is what balls look like. This is what leadership look like. My fellow Americans, my fellow global citizens, we are the luckiest human beings in the history of all mankind that this man, President Donald Trump, somehow by the grace of God survived an assassination attempt. We were 1 millimeter away from the end of everything. From the end of everything. If you don't know what I'm talking about, live breaking news. Israel and Hamas have just reached a hostage and ceasefire deal. Remember, October 7th happened in 2023. Over a year ago. How many times? I dare you. How many times did Kamala Harris talk about it? How many times did Joe Biden, our so-called president, mention the hostages, mention their wherewithal, their whereabouts, their health, the status, progress, etc.? How many times? I can count on my left pinky how many times. He hasn't even taken oath yet. He hasn't even taken oath yet. He's not even the president, the 47th president of the United States, which, thank God, we're only 5 days away. If you're as happy, excited for our kids, our grandkids, our future, give me an amen, a capital amen in the comments down below. My God, we are so lucky. 4 dark years of misery, of anti-American policies, woke DEI ideologies, cancerous, parasitic ideology. I got so excited, I cut myself shaving. This is what balls looks like. A la Theodore Roosevelt. A la our framers, our forefathers. The people who built this nation, the people who sacrificed for this nation. We honor our service members. The men and women who have fought blood, sweat, and tears to protect our Constitution, our freedoms, the very fabric and lifeblood of our nation. He hasn't even taken oath yet, and already he is doing what he promised. This is divine providence. There's no way you can convince me otherwise. The left wants to say he's all about fame, power, he's a narcissist, etc., etc. Couldn't be further from the truth. Does he have an ego? Of course. I have an ego. You have an ego. We all have egos. Is he a human being? Is he imperfect? Is he flawed? Of course. But his heart is of gold, like mine. I put my foot in my mouth all the time. You guys know this. I put my foot in my mouth all the time. So does he. There's some things that he says, I go, dude, chill. You're winning. Chill. But I love him to death. It's very rare that I say that, actually. I love him to death. And you do, too, because of his ferocious, unabashed authenticity. Trump, in the beginning of the video, he stated that many, many times during the election, and then that was just 1 week ago. And now we have a historic, after this abysmal administration, we have an historic Israel-Hamas ceasefire and hostage release deal brokered by our future president. It's so amazing that even CNN had to sit back in awe. Watch this clip.
I do think that all sides agree that Trump's hand in this has made a difference, one way or another.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with Trump. He's been perfectly clear. He has not vacillated about his message that if they don't send our people back, there's going to be hell to pay. And thank God he has been on that message and he has not wavered from it. He's not stepped back from it. And I don't really care, candidly, who the president is when all this happens. I just want him back. I mean, I've worn this yellow ribbon out here every night for over a year because I think there's so many families who are just devastated. They're hurting. They don't know what the situation is. and we need this to come to an end. There are Americans involved here. Look, I think we're going to end up paying a very heavy price in this deal. I'm sure some terrorists are probably going to wind up being let out of jails. I don't particularly like that. But to settle this, to get peace, and to get our people back, I think it took Trump winning the election and being clear-eyed about it to make it happen.
Scott,
if you were Iran or any terrorist with any level of responsibility, what you have witnessed is that the Biden administration has tried to, at various points, put shackles on Israel. You can say they've been strong on it, but they have at times tried to put rhetorical and military shackles on Israel. There is no expectation that Trump would put shackles on anybody, and there is some expectation that he might just get involved himself if they don't send our people back. So I do think this was the essential element to getting this over the finish line, and I hope it happens right now. A great nation, a superpower, does not permit its people to be held and treated like this for as long as we have. I don't think Donald Trump wants to be taking over a country that was willing to permit that kind of behavior by these thugs and terrorists. And so I think that's why he was clear-eyed in his statements, and I think that's why they're responding.
President Joe Biden, if you could actually call him that, I call him the vegetable in chief, the absolute abomination, the walking corpse, is giving his farewell, his final farewell address tonight. And I couldn't be more eager to absolutely slam the door on this disgrace of a so-called leader. We have had bedlam in the Middle East, chaos like we haven't seen in over 100 years. We have had multiple wars. We have had a loss of ethos, a loss of respect. The American brand, the American image, the American ethos has been completely desecrated by this administration. We have let in terrorists with the least capable, least qualified, worst vice president in the history of our country, Kamala, the phony-in-chief Harris, and we've given $200 billion of our hard-earned tax dollars to fund a forever war, which gives us zero benefit. Zero benefit. We had no right. And Putin has even admitted he would have never tried to engage with Ukraine had President Trump been in office, and he's already gonna end that too before his inauguration, or at least on day one. They're already in talks. Putin said he's open to talks. This is leadership. This is balls. And I promise you, America, we're all gonna prosper from this. Everyone, even you filthy rat hypocrites, you anti-American brainwashed DEI proponent, minions. That's what you are. You're minions. Even you are going to prosper from this administration. Check out what Trump said. Donald Trump just posted this saying this epic ceasefire agreement could have only happened as a result of our historic victory in November, which echoes what Scott Jennings said on CNN, that they don't want to deal with Trump. As it signaled to the entire world that my administration would seek peace and negotiate deals to ensure the safety of all Americans and our allies. I'm thrilled American and Israeli hostages will be returning home to be reunited with their families and loved ones. With this deal in place, my national security team, through the efforts of Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, will continue to work closely with Israel and our allies to make sure Gaza never again becomes a terrorist safe haven. We will continue promoting peace through strength throughout the region as we build upon the momentum of this ceasefire to further expand the historic Abraham Accords. This is only the beginning of great things to come for America and indeed the world. We have achieved so much without even being in the White House. Just imagine. This is so beautiful. I'm going to cry right now. Just imagine all of the wonderful things that will happen when I return to the White House and my administration is fully confirmed, so they can secure more victories for the United States. Amen. Amen to that. I am telling you, this is going to be the golden era. This is a return to sanity, a return to practicality, the America that you and I grew up, the America that we can secure for our kids, our grandkids, and our grandkids' grandkids, so that they have all the opportunities that we had. Remember, my parents are immigrants. I was born and raised here with my brother, born and made in the greatest country of all time. We want immigrants. We want hardworking people coming into our country. The legal way, the processed way, the protocol way, not the way that Biden and Harris have allowed it by giving a red carpet to the worst of the worst, the scum of the scum from every nation, adversarial, most of them, out there that wants to get rid of these people. So we're going to prosper. We are going to do so amazingly well. I think we're going to see more and more people start to wake up. My God, we really did. You know, it's like that old country song, you don't miss your water till your well runs dry. And I think finally, you're also seeing a lot of lifelong Democrats. I think you're going to see a lot of people. I just talked to my mom on the phone last night. Even she's on board. And there's so many more too. I mean, lifelong Democrats. We're going to finally start seeing a lot more people realize once you see the stark contrast of the dark 4 years of this abysmal administration and the golden prosperity that's yet to come. There are already people in Israel celebrating. There's already people in Gaza, in Palestine, the Palestine quarter section of, they're all celebrating. Everybody's excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to get your comments. Let me know down below. Please don't share any links because links all go to spam. Any personal ad hominem attacks, they all go to spam. I don't see them, so don't bother. But if you have something constructive, something real and substantive to say, I encourage that. Even if you disagree with me vehemently. One thing I love about our beautiful country is we have freedom of expression. We have the freedom to disagree. We have the freedom to express ourselves. If you do it engaging in critical thought, I want to hear you. So let's have the most critical, engaging, insightful debate imaginable. Let's turn the comment section ablaze with what we're all about, symbolic of the American spirit, that we can engage with each other. We can agree to disagree. We can talk about things without being, callous. I would love to hear from you. Let me know. Also, check out these videos if you haven't seen them already, especially these we posted very recently. Tap my face right there to subscribe and follow. Let's make common sense go viral. Tap that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a thing. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless America. We're